The afternoon at Tu Tien's farm was truly peaceful. The golden sunlight gently filtered through the leaves, shining down on the lush vegetable beds and fruit trees swaying in the cool breeze. The simplicity of the farm brought a sense of tranquility and calm to everyone. Tu Tien stood next to her father, both working diligently. He smiled constantly, guiding her step by step on how to care for the plants, emphasizing the importance of even the smallest tasks in maintaining the farm. Memories of Tu Tien's childhood suddenly flooded back as she watched her father's patient and devoted care. Though many years had passed, his love for her was still deep, evident in his every glance and action. She could feel the protection he always offered, even in the smallest details. Together, they worked in peace, the gentle breeze and distant birdsong adding to the soothing atmosphere. Under their careful hands, the green vegetable beds were soon weeded and watered, and the plants in the farm seemed to gain new life. Jack stood some distance away, quietly observing the scene before him. Seeing Tu Tien and her father working together so harmoniously and peacefully brought him immense joy. Jack understood that this moment was incredibly precious to Tu Tien. Having finally reunited with her father after searching for him for so long, he could sense her inner peace and happiness, something he had always wished for the woman he loved. Jack slowly approached them, joining in the work, helping them create a warm, united family scene. As the afternoon slowly passed, Tu Tien's father suddenly stopped working. He turned to look at the young couple with a contemplative expression, as if he had something important to say but wasn't sure how to begin. Finally, he spoke up. "I've been thinking a lot, and I believe it's time for me to return to my hometown, the place where I grew up and have so many memories." His voice broke the silence, catching both Tu Tien and Jack off guard. Tu Tien looked at her father, a bit surprised by his suggestion. Her father's hometown, a place she had never been, was now becoming a part of his thoughts. She knew he had always longed to return after the ups and downs of life, but he had never mentioned it explicitly to her before. Perhaps now, with everything settling down, he finally felt at peace enough to think about returning, to revisit the place of his roots. Jack sensed Tu Tien's pensive mood. He quietly stepped closer, placing a comforting hand on her shoulder, showing his support. Jack understood that this was a significant decision for both Tu Tien and her father. He knew Tu Tien would be deeply moved by her father's wish, and deep down, he also began to feel the change that might come into their lives. Tu Tien gazed at her father, her eyes filled with tenderness and emotion. She understood that her father was serious about this decision. Although she had never set foot in his hometown, she had some idea of it from the stories he told her as a child. It was a small village nestled among green hills, where people lived harmoniously with nature. She had never had the chance to visit, but she always longed to know more about her roots, and now that opportunity seemed to be arriving. "Do you really want to go back?" Tu Tien asked gently, her voice filled with emotion. Her father nodded, his eyes lighting up at the thought of his hometown. "Yes, my dear. That's where I want to return. I think the time has come. Life on this farm is peaceful, but I always think of my childhood there. I want to go back and see the old house, the place that was such a big part of my early years." Jack stood by, feeling the depth of his words. He realized that returning to his hometown wasn't just a simple trip for Tu Tien's father. It was an opportunity for the two of them to reconnect with the past. Jack felt happiness witnessing this moment, but at the same time, he wondered how this journey would affect the future for all three of them. Tu Tien quietly reflected. She wanted to support her father, to accompany him on this journey, but she couldn't help but feel a little uncertain about the unknowns ahead. "Have you made any plans yet?" she asked, her voice soft but filled with concern. Her father shook his head gently. "Not yet, but I think I should start preparing. It won't be long before I head back. If you and Jack can arrange the time, I'd love for you both to come with me." Hearing this, both Jack and Tu Tien felt a stirring in their hearts. Jack looked at Tu Tien, wondering if she was ready for a new chapter filled with memories and emotions. He knew how much family meant to her, and this trip would surely carry great significance. As for himself, Jack also felt a sense of excitement at the thought of exploring a part of Tu Tien's past, and he sensed that their bond would only grow stronger as they shared such important moments together. After a brief silence, Tu Tien nodded. She didn't want to miss this opportunity, nor did she